Good day, my name is Christian Liebenberg. I'm based out of Singapore and I manage various countries across the greater Asia region from India to South Korea, including the SAARC countries, ASEAN countries, and Australasia. Today we're going to be talking about some of the new products which have been introduced in the calendar year 2018, namely Edge Max, MSA 12, the Control Space EX systems, and certainly our focus in India, as well as the greater Asian region, is really looking at how we can work together with other partners, other manufacturers, to drive the sales of very high-end conferencing systems, installed systems that really change the game, and as well as unconventional partners, potentially screen manufacturers, furniture manufacturers, to really showcase exceptional new product ranges that Bose can offer today.
Welcome to Infocom 2018. My name is Naveen Datta. I work with Bose Professional. So what I've got for you today is the first loudspeaker. Has been recently launched. This is called Edge Max. So it's available in two models, EM90 and EM180. So I'll tell you very briefly about some of the unique characteristics that this loudspeaker has to offer. So this loudspeaker has the acoustic performance or the sonic performance of as good as any two-way passive crossover surface mounted loudspeaker, while maintaining the aesthetics of a ceiling mounted loudspeaker. So we call it in-ceiling premium loudspeaker design. And it has a very unique dispersion angle. As you can see, it has a 75-degree vertical dispersion which is like off-center, and this has been made possible by the revolutionary design done by Bose, which is this phase guide technology, which has a compression driver at the end of it, which makes it possible to throw sound in a direction still being in the corner. This speaker is designed to go in the corner so that you can also get the benefit of boundary loading condition, you get the enhanced bass response, and you are not taking away the premium ceiling space. That's the unique advantage of this. So the major application area that we think with these loudspeakers are conference rooms, where your ceiling speakers comes at a premium. You really want to be on the sides because no one wants the speakers to be in the middle. The another sector that we are very hopeful and we are getting a lot of traction from there is hospitality, because there also sometimes customer or architect would ask you to be in the corners and still deliver the great quality of sound. So that's where the Edge Max in-ceiling loudspeaker comes into the picture. So now we come to the second loudspeaker that I just mentioned. So this is our new digitally steerable loudspeaker. Its model number is MSA 12X. Basically, each of these, what you can see here, it's a stack of two drivers, two speakers. So each speaker would have set of 12 drivers inside, which each driver is like 2.25 inch. You can stack up to 3 such drivers. So as of now, we have done with 2. So the moment you keep on adding the number of speakers, the maximum that you can go with this loudspeaker design is up to 3. So you are able to have a better vertical pattern control on low frequencies, and also you get longer throw when it comes to the coverage angle. Second thing is, the unique thing about this loudspeaker is the possibility of having multiple beams. So this loudspeaker can offer 2 beams, and which can be used for different audience area depending on the application. So as you can see, the first one is basic steer and spread. When I say steer and spread is, okay, you steer the beam vertically upward or downward, and then you steer it accordingly. So it all depends what kind of audience area you have. Second configuration is asymmetrical spread. If you have a rake floor kind of a setting, which is very common in auditorium, classroom kind of application, this is where this form or rake floor asymmetrical spread comes in very handy. It does the job. It makes sure that from the front to the back you have the consistent tonal balance, consistent SPL coverage. Third, and the most interesting one, is when you talk about dual beam. So it's kind of low rake plus balcony. This again is a very standard auditorium configuration where you have audience sitting on the ground floor with a slight rake. Then you have a balcony also, which needs to be covered from the single stack of loudspeakers. With the possibility of having dual beam, we can do exactly like this. So we can have one beam facing or firing towards the audience which are sitting on the ground floor, and then the second beam can actually do the job and cover the audience area in the balcony area without compromising on any difference in tonal quality or the SPL coverage. So that's really wonderful about this loudspeaker. Now we'll talk about our new conferencing processor, which is Bose Control Space EX 1280C. It's a new in the line of our conferencing system. It has under-table boxes like this, which can take up to 8 microphone or mic line inputs. It has GPIO on board. You can also connect your laptop for Skype and codec. So this is also under-table box, which is like EXUH. So all these things can get connected to this over thing. So you really are not talking about so many analog cables being pulled into it. It's a 12 input, 8 output, all inputs AEC enabled box. Very wonderful. You can bring your own device also, which can be connected directly on the UH. You don't have to get into any cabling or anything for that also. So we have another version also, which is not here right now, which can take up to 4 microphone line inputs. So you can have one 8 ml, one 4 ml, then a lot of UH and build your own system. Another unique property about this processor is, when you are coming to the programming part of it, this is the most challenging part is when you're designing the metrics, like which input and output will go to the far end, which will come to the near end. That's where most of the programmers like us get stuck and sometimes get confused and make mistakes. This is where there is a very new software, new algorithm that we have written, which does this job on its own. It's a conference room router that we're talking about. You just feed in your input and output and it does the job for you. It saves a lot of time for programmers. It helps you in the field to do a very fast program. Then the second challenge that we normally come across is when you are combining rooms. I am sure all the programmers would agree to the fact that when there are multiple rooms, it becomes sometimes challenging to ensure that this input is fed back to the right room and the outputs are going from the right room to the far end. That's where our room combining, new conference room combining software, which is again part of the control space designer software, has come in handy. So the moment you have the CRC, the moment you have multiple room configured, just bring them all together and it does the job for it.